going on, y'all? It's your boy Artman Boxing. I'm back with another boxing conversation. Man, we getting closer and closer to that day. Um, I didn't even know we had a little press conference today, but I was at work when I peeped that. Hold on, let me fix my light here. Yeah, I was at work when I seen that, and I didn't really get to fully watch the whole thing, but from what I seen, it was kind of like lackluster. Like, man, it was like, I mean, that was understandable because I'm pretty sure that they already had the conversation that they don't want these guys to ruin this big ass money fight that's on Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Can't push this one back. But regardless, I just think it's gonna be a really good fight, man. I really do. But a lot of people have been saying that Plant is nervous. Plant is scared. Plant ain't ready. Plant ain't this. They saying Plant ain't that. Chief Keef ain't this. You know what I'm saying? They saying all that shit. But I don't know. I'm seeing different. I don't think that the brother Plant is scared at all. And I've been hearing a couple more theories, but we gonna get into that a little bit later. But let me get my folks in here and let everybody know that we on here live, cooking up. But yeah, man, I got faith in my boy Plant. If everything's right, everything's legit, you know what I'm saying? He got his head on, focused, then I'm rocking with it. They both had that don't F this up talk. Yeah. Yeah. And might as well just jump to it. My dude, he says he feels like Plant got the you should go lay down type of talk. You shouldn't show Canelo any resistance type of talk or else type of talk. And I said, I don't know about that. But man, in this crazy sport, in this crazy country, man, I wouldn't be surprised. But said Plant is still marked up from the last presser. Both Plant is brother Plant is fragile. He said, I'm going to play a little bit of that interview too, but he said that he's fine. He said he sparred right after it didn't reopen, none of that shit. He said he didn't need to get stitches or anything like that. So yeah, hold on, let me drop the link for my dude. Let him know we here cooking. I didn't see nothing wrong with him. Besides, yeah, you can tell that there was a cut there for sure, but I ain't see nothing wrong with him. A lot of people felt like he wasn't there, like he was mentally gone or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Let me drop the link for my dude. But yeah, I don't think nothing was wrong with Plant. They said Plant's energy was off, basically saying that he was scared or he wasn't ready or he was just trying to. I don't know. I even heard things saying. I heard people saying stuff like Plant. He was talking all this tough stuff, but when it came to the fight, since it's fight week, he's getting a little nervous. I said, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't know. I honestly feel like he's locked in and he's ready to go. Uh, you get to a certain point where it's like, what is there to even talk about? Ain't no point of having meetings. What are we talking about? It's time to get this money on Saturday. And a lot of people willing to cash out this Saturday. Said it's fight week. Plant is dialed in. And that's what I'm saying. The brother's dialed in. Like, what do you want him to do? What do you want him to do? I think they want him to be on there screaming and shouting and pouting and saying, oh, you ain't this, you ain't that. And then somebody just texted me and said Plant looks nervous. I don't see it, dude. Said your boy going to sleep on the G. Oh yeah. Sure. He going to sleep just like Danny Jacobs did. Said, all honesty, both dudes look nervous. Canelo stressed Herb's been acting up all week. Hey, somebody was mad as hell on Ego on Twitter. You guys are following people who are talking about Canelo's court swords. They gonna make no motherfucker. Hey, man. Them look like some, yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You out here kissing his fans? Shit. Said Canelo didn't have any fire for his people either. It wasn't no that. Yeah. It was. That's why I was like, man, it's kind of a boring press conference, if you ask me. But that man had that thing on his lip, and they said that comes from stress. Ooh, and it always flare up around this time. Hey, I don't know. I don't know. Is your boy Canelo stressed though? I don't know, man. But if y'all saying Plant is nervous, so is Canelo with that damn fucking cold sore on his lip. Said it was lame on both sides. Yeah, I don't know, man. I honestly feel like they're on some like, we don't want to fuck up this bag on Saturday. Let's just let it out on the ring. Said they're being careful after the last one. Yeah, they probably told him. In the meeting, the fight meeting. Hey, man, now Plant, don't go in there and call him a motherfucker. Please don't call him that, because you understand. You signed the contract, but the money's not there yet. Plant, please don't call him a motherfucker. And Canelo, we already, and I was talking my shit on Twitter, man. I said I feel like in the contract that Canelo signed with these guys, they have to keep on referring to this guy as the fucking best fighter in the world, because they're riding his fucking nuts. They just keep on saying things like, "Oh, he's the best fighter in the world, pound for pound, the king, the best ever. Oh my God, the best fighter of this generation." I'm like, dude, when I heard the Showtime commentators say that shit and Steven Espinosa, I'm like, man, get off this motherfucker's nuts. Shit. Get off his fucking nuts. The best fighter in the world, bro. It's one thing to say, okay, man, he's a tremendous fighter, one of the best fighters in the world. But to say the very best, nigga, and then in the same breath, y'all probably telling Caleb Plant, please don't mention the Peds talk. Don't mention the Peds because he might get upset and the fight might get canceled. Please don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just saying that in the same breath don't even make no sense to me, man. It just don't make sense to me. He says, son of a bitch, that's another one not to say to someone whose first language is Spanish. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because people take that shit personally. But shout out to my brother, Mr. Young. How's it going, brother?
I'm doing great. What's going on, Art?
Shit, I'm in here chilling, man. I am. I'm doing my thing. Um, Somebody said Plant was nervous because he wasn't out there. They wasn't out there acting a damn fool this time around.
I didn't really see the press conference like that, but I doubt it. People always do that. Oh, he's nervous. Look at his energy. Like, you're going to see Saturday night. Because I'm back in plant. As you know, I'm back in plant. And all those, body language experts and all those semantics, that shit don't matter at the end of the day. Because when they get in the ring, it's a whole different thing. Shit.
He said, and my dude Phil J508 said, shit, Donaire canceled the whole fight due to that type of talk. Oof. Says, sorry to hear about your cousin. Well, yeah, rest in peace to my cousin, man. I gotta paint this picture. I'm still working on it. Yeah, that's why I be trying to tell people life is very short. And I said, you know what? I told myself, man, I ain't gonna do no live today. But I was like, nah, you know what? I gotta keep on working because like Tupac said, life goes on, and I'm pretty sure my cousin wants me to keep on working, getting this money. So let's keep on
Yeah,
doing it.
man.
But
Rest in
yeah,
power to your cousin, man. I didn't know that. Sorry to hear that, man.
yeah, it's all good. So we about to roll one up and talk this boxing. What were we just talking about? Canelo and Plant,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then my dude also said, he said, man, did Plant get that talk? The go in there and lay down talk?
He probably did. You know, because if you look at a lot of the, and I was expecting a better presser, even though I only watched some of it, you know, but they probably told him like, hey man, like you said, don't do this, don't do that. But that's some weak ass shit, man. Let them men talk how they want to talk.
I'm talking about besides that, I'm talking about did some nefarious characters speak to Plant and gave him some instructions?
Who knows, man? This is boxing, one of the most corrupt sports in the world.
I know, and that's why I was like, man, why you have to say that? Because now I got to put my tinfoil kufi on, man.
Yeah, man, shit. Niggas want to act like boxing ain't corrupt and boxing ain't been built on these type of activities. They don't know
Then
what
I
they
started
talking
thinking of
about.
shit like when they said Canelo brother got kidnapped by the cartel, and then I told myself, what happened in that situation? Where they go?
See, I'm saying like they didn't go nowhere, man. Who
Yeah, where the
knows?
fuck they go, man? But you know they don't want us to get into that type of talk. But my thing is, man, them odds, them odds looking a little crazy style. Like you could come up if Plant win by decision, which is something that can happen.
Yeah, it's something that can happen. You know, people don't act like it's out of question for Canelo to lose, but he's lost before. You know, and the main question is, can Plant, you know, can he pull it off? He has the tools, but some people think he might not have that mentality, and the pressure might get to him. I don't think it will because he was the, and I'm no, Uzkateki is no Canelo Alvarez by any means, but he was the underdog in that fight. He knocked him down twice, and what people they seem to forget or leave out is that Plant is a natural 168-pound fighter. He's bigger, he's slick, he's athletic, and he has a good jab and he has good defense. So and Billy Joe Saunders was having success. And I don't rate Billy Joe at all. I think he's garbage, but he was having some good success, making Canelo miss. And if you can make Canelo miss, he'll get tired. And he gets tired in all his fights. Well, he used to, but, we're not going to get into that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna have to
So,
get into that. What's understood don't have to be explained. But my dude Phil J 508 says Plant will not lay down. America's white champ will not be forced to lay down. And you know what I was saying, bro? I had this thought in my head where Plant, we do gotta understand that even though he's down for the cause and all that shit, he is a white man in America.
yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Despite what we think, Canelo's still on foreign territory. And we all know what beats a white complected man that's not from this country, a white man from this country.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe would that privilege come along when it comes to them judges? Because it's like, man, I don't know. But you know what somebody said? Plant needs to have the public in the world judge the judges, which means like go out there and do what the fuck you have to do. Don't change your game plan where you think you have to go like Austin Trout thought he had to do was knock Canelo out because he's down on the cards. Nah, we live in this digital age. I honestly believe that Plant got to go in there and outbox him and leave it to the judges. If the judges try to rob Plant in front of all of us, you think Canelo's stock gonna rise? Not in these days. And to prove how much power the public has, Look at the fight that just got announced.
Devin Haney and JoJo Diaz, Ho Diaz.
Devin Haney and JoJo Diaz. Because we was all saying it. I was like, yo, Joe, man. Man, I was tagging all the big wigs. I'm like, yo, if JoJo don't fight Devin Haney, you know how bad that's gonna look? Because if there's one thing that all of us boxing fans agree on, we hate each other daily. We disagree daily. But this one thing that we all can agree on is that JoJo Diaz has to fight Haney next, or else it was that.
Yeah.
And here we are today. So I don't know. Plant has to go in there and do what he have to do, and don't worry about them judges, because, man, if they try to rob this man in front of all of us, it's gonna be bad.
I feel like even the reasonable any reasonable fan of boxing, if Plant gets robbed, will say something. It's not gonna be like people are just gonna keep quiet about it, because Plant can convincingly win this fight. I believe it. I know a lot of people believe it, and I'm gonna see it. I've always been a fan of Caleb Plant before anybody comes and says where all these Caleb Plant fans come from.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
right
what they
here.
were saying,
I
and
just ain't never been.
that's why I posted them pictures on my Twitter of me painting Plant like fucking 2 years ago. I'm like, dude, I always been rocking with Plant. Y'all know that, right? This ain't nothing new. They thought that, you black folks are just looking for somebody to just attach to. And that's the thing, man. It's like, what I feel like this Plant attack it's like y'all trying to make Plant out to be some black guy, which he's not, just so y'all can attack us.
Yeah, and they're trying to make it seem like just because Plant's not black that we can't support him. And
First they say you guys only
well,
support black people. Then when you support somebody white,
mhm.
oh, you guys are making them black. Nah, nigga, we can't make them black. What type of shit is that?
Hey, Art.
Yeah, salute to everybody in the chat, man.
Crod's trying to join the stream.
Nah, he's an agent. Nah.
No, he's cool.
You know him? If it's somebody who I think it is,
Yeah, I know
it's
him.
an
He's
agent,
cool.
bro.
No, he's good. He's good people. I'll be on stream with him all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, he was on there with Ricky Williams. He's good.
Oh, he's a good people? Oh, okay.
Yeah. He ain't an agent, man.
Oh, you're not an agent. I don't know. I look like I've seen him before. We'll see.
Nah, he's been on there with Ricky and them. If he's an agent, you just kick his ass out. What's up, Prod?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Oh, what's going on, man? I swear I thought you was somebody else.
No.
Nah, he's
like,
good people, man.
Nah, because look, man, I don't know, man, if you know about me, but I get a lot of trolls and all types of weirdos hopping on here.
No, Crod's good. I've seen him in, me and Carter chopped it up in other channels, so he's good.
Yep.
But what's up, man? What's
what
going
was he
on?
talking about?
What's on your mind, man?
Oh no, I just wanted to add in on this Canelo versus Plant fight.
First, who you got?
I got Plant all day. Fuck Canelo, man.
We gonna roll up to that one right there. Straight up. Because why do you got Plant?
Mainly because I believe Canelo he can't do well against pure boxers, and if Caleb Plant possesses the same problems that Canelo had once faced in the past, I purely believe that Caleb Plant is a bad style matchup for Canelo.
But let's put it like this, guys. Why didn't he get Caleb Plant's belt first if he was easy work?
Exactly.
That makes a good point right there. I was just about to say that.
Because it's just like when you look at Caleb Plant's style, of
wait,
course he's not Floyd
I
Mayweather.
gotta correct you. He did want Plant first. On
you
short
Plant
notice.
First?
Yeah, he wanted to catch him when he was, not ready.
And I know people will say, well, he's supposed to be ready all the time and whatnot, but it's just like That's how Canelo got some of his other opponents. Shit, he got Kovalev right after Kovalev almost got stopped by Yard. Wasn't it like 4 weeks notice or something like that?
Yeah, it was a month notice
Yeah, and
after the yard fight.
you see how Kovalev was just jabbing him until you know what happened.
But even that knockout wasn't even real. Kovalev even admitted to say like that wasn't even like a real knockout.
Yeah, he did admit that. It's still up. It's still on the internet. So,
Yeah.
Man,
but
but despite all that, the politics, it's finally here. Saturday is going down. People are saying that Plant looks nervous. I think Plant is just dialed in and he's ready to get this fucking job done. A lot of people feel like, not a lot of people, but some people feel like they're suspecting some foul play may go apart. Because this is a new feeling for me when it comes to Canelo, because it's been a while since I've seen him fight or get into a fight with somebody that we know has a high chance or a good chance of beating him.
yeah, when's the last time he fought a prime opponent?
Not
I don't
one.
know. When's the last time he fought somebody younger than him?
Shit,
Never.
never.
He's always been the young guy fighting the old guy. For
And
a
I
while.
said it before. Yeah, those guys were old, but he racked up the experience. But Cotto was giving him problems. An older Cotto that's not even a 154-pound fighter. You
Yeah.
know? And
Being
Laura,
southpaw doesn't give you some type of superpower. I hope y'all niggas know that. People, because there's people in the comment section saying, "Oh, well, Billy Joel was a pure boxer and a southpaw, more difficult for Canelo." I don't know,
Billy
man.
Joe,
He's not a traditional southpaw. He's not like he's not more technically gifted and more slick and more destructive compared to other southpaws like, I'll just use Errol Spencer, Antonio Tarver to say the least. He's a lesser of one.
and you look at his last fights, he's just Billy Joe was coming off horrible rough performances. You know, shit, he ducked Andrade at 160 and then moved up after
Yeah, that's
he
true.
popped dirty. So
Yeah. And then
to
on
me,
top of that, he doesn't
Billy
face
Joe
with a
Saunders,
tough competition.
yeah, and people will say, oh well, who is Charlo fought, who is Andrade fought, who is Plant fought, who is Benavidez fought, but who did Calvin Smith and Billy Joe Saunders fight? Nobody's. Like we said, David
Man,
Lemieux ain't
since
shit.
the beginning of this goddamn sport, it's been around before niggas start talking about resumes. Styles. Styles
Facts.
make fights.
They always
And people
have and they
talking about
always will.
what's Plant's biggest win. I said Plant's biggest win is the win that he's about to have this fucking Saturday.
Bet.
Add that to the motherfucking resume. Imagine you not fighting nobody, but you beat Canelo Alvarez.
Shit, we can say the same about Shakur Stevenson. And I know, like, Jamel Herring is no Canelo, but they were talking shit about Shakur, and then he turned it up, for Jamel
Turned it up.
Herring. So
Turned
you're
it
only as
up.
good as your next fight. Yeah, he turned it up. So
Yeah.
And people got so
Canelo,
mad at me on Twitter. Everybody got mad. Bro, go to my Twitter. That shit got like 41 quoted tweets. And each individual tweet got like hundreds of fucking likes and hearts and shit. Because I said, let me go back to, because I want to go back to exactly what I said, man. Because people got upset. I'm like, dude, man, like, are you really going to question this? Hold on one
I mean,
second.
people are emotionally driven, especially on this. For a lot of dudes are very feminine in nature,
Yeah,
especially on
okay.
Twitter. So
Here
you
it
say
is.
some,
My
you
bad for
say
cutting you
something
off, but here
about
it is. The original
Canelo.
tweet is Canelo. He's taking a picture on it with his pajamas on next to a plane, private jet. And I said, private jets and pajamas. Is Canelo hungry? I don't know about y'all, but I feel like Canelo's being comfortable at the top. Maybe his downfall in this fight.
True.
Who knows, man?
And then
We got to see.
I got like 41 quoted tweets with fucking mad people. But then I said, man, I retweeted it again today. I said, man, this tweet is really hurting feelings. Am I wrong for questioning someone who's been at the top for a while's hunger? Let's not act like Canelo fighting Euro guys for 10 to 20 million wouldn't make him complacent or comfortable.
Facts. Shit.
But
You
they
look
said,
at
nah, Art
Rick
Man, you're just
Styles.
But it's like,
a fucking hater, man, with your glasses.
I
but
mean,
it's
that's.
like, uh,
Go ahead, Rod. Go ahead, Rod.
no, like I was gonna interject to say like when people like are comfortable for having Canelo being that type of fighter, just taking a bunch of bum ass fights. Do people keep that same energy with Terrence Crawford with his selection of opponents, where he's comfortable over at Top Rank, getting paid like $3 to $4 million+ up front, and then plus the extra $1 million for fighters that he says he wants to fight, but he can't get those fights. So it's like why is
The
there like a
difference
racist?
is Plant doesn't have the media telling him and the fans and everybody telling him that you're just the best you're just the best, you're just the best. Even though we recognize him as the best, he doesn't have the media's, in the back and in the crazy, super crazy diehard fans like Canelo does. So I feel like that changes things. And hearing Canelo, it sounds like he's repeating some of the stuff that his fans been saying on Twitter and online.
Oh yeah, it does. You're not
It
on his
does.
level, and
Oh,
there is
Andre's
levels
such
to
a
it.
terrible fighter. Bro, you can't tell us he's a terrible fighter when he was one belt away from being undisputed, just like you are now.
And you
And then
ducked
he
it.
like avoided it.
You ducked that
Canelo,
work. I'm
The
sick of this, man. It
Terrence
just
needs to actually fight a real banger. He got one.
and
Both of
Sean
the
Sean
Porter.
both of the people who got pound for pound status or whatever, Canelo and motherfucking uh Crawford, they both got their hard test this month. Right?
And Porter can win that fight as well. Porter can.
Yep. Who has more
Yeah.
chance of winning, Porter or Plant?
Plant.
I don't know. I would say they both have an equal chance, because Crawford hasn't faced a dog with an engine like Porter. You know, one thing about Sean is that he's fought everybody. He's sharpened his sword. He's tested his iron against the best. And Bud is very skilled, but it's a different type of energy being in there with Sean Porter. Earl Spence will tell you, Danny Garcia will tell you, Keith Thurman will tell you, Kell Brook will even tell you.
Devin
Even though Kell Brook
Alexander will
lost
tell you.
him.
Every single loss that Sean Porter has had were razor close decisions. So it's not like Sean Porter got washed up. He literally went tooth and nail with those losses.
Porter never looked. You got to be a special fighter where you never look like, oh my God, this guy's rocked. They're about to throw in a motherfucking towel. You know what I'm saying? As much as I love Wilder, he's been in a lot of those situations. Porter hasn't been in those situations where people are like, man, they're about to throw in the towel. He's fucked up right now.
Facts.
You've never seen that from him.
Sean always brings it. Oh, go ahead, Crot.
But people saying Bud can do that to him.
I found that hard to believe.
When people say that, I feel like they do the same thing with Canelo. Porter, let's be real, Bud's been in there with nothing but bums. You put Jaron Ennis against the dudes that Bud been in there, he's going to get all stoppages. You put EJ in there with the dudes that Bud's been in there with, he's getting all stoppages. So for him to say, or for people to say that he's just going to wash Sean, I don't believe that. It's going to be a tough fight. Bud's going to get tested. Will his chin hold up? People act like Mean Machine didn't knock him down, and Mean Machine is a fucking bum. Like, let's be real.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good fight.
Khalifa, you going to place a bet this time again? Fucking right. You know why? Because life, you got to take risk. Niggas don't like taking risks. Niggas be pussy. Scared money don't make no money. My dude put $700 on this fight because he says he wants to make that $23K.
Shit, that's going to be a big ass payout if you Plant can do it.
I told my dude, when you win, come shop on artmanapparel.com. You at least got to blow a G on artmanapparel.com.
I'm definitely gonna buy your merch. Like, if Plant wins, I'm gonna be like, wearing that to work or just wearing that in public, and I'm gonna just scream out "fuck Canelo Alvarez,"
Dude,
in public.
when Plant wins this fight, do you know the picture I'm gonna paint for this fight? Oh my lord.
Oh
That
yes.
shit, man, I wouldn't be surprised if that shit made me rich.
Hey, like you better put down for for like a title, like you better say like undisputed motherfuckers. Fuck Canelo.
Ah, shit. Man, that's tough. That's tough. But yeah. But yeah, shout out to the merch, man. I got my shirt on right now. I've been wearing this shit all fucking week, man.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Dude, I need to get me something like that. Wow.
So, yeah, that's dope, Art. I gotta get some of the merch.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of fans post theirs too. Yeah, because I've been fucking
You still
selling the
got
shit
that
out
EJ
these ones
merch?
right here. Huh?
You still got that EJ merch?
Some people say it's better than some of the pros. That's what some of my clients said. I'm just saying, not to toot my own horn, but I'm doing my thing. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to all the supporters. I got a Porter versus fucking Terrence Crawford one dropping soon too. I got to work on that.
It's gonna be dope.
Yep.
But yeah, man. What if Plant wins by knockout? That'd be wild, huh?
That would be
I
wild.
mean, that would be surprising, but it's like if you really think about it, Canelo, he is the much smaller fighter. And if he's able to take his punches and dog walk him, I will be laughing at that TV. I'll be like, yo, you got your ass whooped.
Man, if what? He wins this shit. I be telling people they get upset. I'm like, man, they're gonna put him on the fucking Wheaties fucking cereal box, man. Don't be fucking surprised. Don't forget he's a white man. You never know.
Yeah.
Plant would fuck around and
So
ditch that
shit.
fucking Plant would ditch the lowriders and the fitted caps and start wearing suits and all that and regular baseball caps and shit. You never know. Start wearing cowboy hats.
Yeah. If Plant wins, do you think he needs to face David Benavidez to honor that match?
Nope. They should make him the franchise champion so he don't got to fight nobody.
What?
No, I'm just talking shit.
No.
Nah, I'm talking shit. Nah, I think he should get a mandatory in and then make a big fight with either Benavidez or if Charlo want to step up to 168.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because at least that way he can get some time to rest and shit.
Man, Charlo and Plant would be a good ass fight. I was just thinking about that last night.
That'll be
Plant when he moving to Texas. He gonna become a Republican on you niggas. No, I'm just talking shit. He ain't gonna do that.
You gonna make him mad, Art?
Nah, that's some real shit. Hey, let me show you guys something. Something that I tweeted earlier today. I just be fucking with the people, but I'd be dead serious though. And they be hating on that shit. Check this out. I said, picture this. It's Saturday night. It's round 10, and Canelo is down on the cards. Caleb is up 8-2. And you know the only way Canelo can win is by KO or robbery. But Caleb is boxing Canelo's ears off. Like I said, it's going to be a sad day in Guadalajara. Can you imagine that? How can Canelo get himself out of the hole if Canelo is down by that much? Getting clearly outboxed.
Knockout. You got to get a knockout.
What if fucking Plant go in there and make this fight look like make this look like Ugas versus Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it. Like I was telling some other people about it, and I just kind of feel like Canelo's just like the other half of Manny Pacquiao. And if Caleb Plant reanimates Ugas Manny Pacquiao performance, Canelo, he's not gonna want to take that rematch because remind you when Manny Pacquiao said he wanted to rematch Ugas. Ugas was like, "Okay, set it up."
I'm gonna knock you out this time.
Yeah. So like, what is Caleb Plant gonna say? He's gonna be like, "Okay, do you want to get that ass beat like twice? Okay."
And that's what I
fine."
told people. I said, man, y'all just be looking forward to Canelo versus Plant 2. That's just gonna be big, man. They hate when I talk like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Plant, he's here to fight, man.
You
Niggas
gotta
is like,
think
oh,
about
he
it.
shouldn't be.
Plant is
He's
big.
yeah, and he's
But
like,
he's not big and stupid like Rocky Fielding and fucking Caleb Smith and shit. He knows what the hell he's doing with that weight and that height
Yep.
and that reach. He's not a fucking mindless brawler. He's not a high
he's
guard
quick.
European. He's an American. And he fights like an American. And who beats Canelo? The American. The undefeated ones in prime. That never been
Yep.
knocked out.
Very
Shit.
dangerous one.
Floyd beat
Exactly.
his ass, and he was out of his prime. And I say this: people like to do a prime for prime thing with Floyd and Canelo, but you're just doing a quicker, stronger, not brittle hand version of Floyd. It's just going to be a repeat of the Canelo fight versus Floyd fight we got, but with a stoppage. Floyd would stop him.
Yeah, Floyd would brutally
We did.
beat the
I
shit out of
did.
him.
Man, I can't wait, dude. I'm gonna be sitting at the crib like, yo, I can't believe this. Hey, man.
Also, I was gonna add in like some extra criticism on Canelo. Don't you know every time when he tries to come forward to you, trying to act like he's gonna try to hit you with either a uppercut or like a body shot.
Yep. I studied Canelo because people say I talk a lot of shit about Canelo and all that. But I actually watch Canelo really. I analyze him. And what Canelo does now, what he does now recently is he just walks people down and he like parries your jab, or he gets close enough to go wah, 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 with a left hook, like a little jab, two jabs, and then crazy left hook or left hook to your body. That's what Canelo does now. And he goes in there and he slips, try to slip, so he can get close enough to throw a left hook, to throw a left hook, to throw a fucking left hook. Stay away from that, Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant should go in there and box him, but don't, if you could, stay out the way of the left hook. Because that's Canelo's best shot to me. What do y'all think?
I agree.
Yeah.
But the problem is that Canelo, he's a shorter fighter, so he would need to duck in and try to hide it. So Caleb Plant doesn't expect it, but at the same time, Caleb Plant, he's gonna see that punch from like a mile away. So it's like if I'm Caleb Plant, if he's gonna try to hide that left hook, all I need to do is just recounter with like my right, and then I force that to a body shot to keep my left hand up, and then Canelo, he can't hit Caleb Plant with that left hand.
And you just think about it like this, guys. This fight got postponed. You were been supposed to get this fight. So Plant has had more time to train, get acclimated, do whatever he needs to do, and shit. It's gonna be a good ass fight. I'm gonna say that. It's gonna be a good ass fight. And like I said before, I'm back in Plant. And shit, we're gonna see on Saturday, man. I'm hella excited. Because this is one of the first Canelo fights that I've actually been excited for in a long time. Because I ain't gonna lie, I had to rewatch Callum Smith versus Canelo. I fell asleep. I fell asleep versus him versus Billy Joe Saunders. I had to rewatch that shit. So, shit. Plant, to me, Plant he's doing everything he needs to do. You don't go up there and be buddy with Canelo. Fuck all that bullshit.
Shit.
Man, you feel like you the best, talk your shit. Prove it in the ring and talk your shit.
And Canelo, I don't know if y'all hear, but Canelo's contradicting himself. He's saying things like, oh, this fight is bad blood for me. It's bad blood for me. Now, it's, oh, this fight, it's the same. It's all the same. I do it the same. Everything's the same. Nigga, you just said it was bad blood, so it's not the same. I don't know, man. When it comes to Canelo, man, I'm telling you guys, that stardom lifestyle, He's accustomed to it. He's accustomed to it. Y'all gonna see the same shit y'all was talking about Andy Ruiz. Y'all ain't saying it about Canelo. I mean, when was the last time Canelo really fought somebody of this caliber while he was getting this type of money?
Long time ago.
Shit, it's been a minute, man.
I'm just saying. But they say, oh, Art Man, you just make it too deep. You're just too deep, Art Man. I'm like, hey, okay. I'm just a boxing fan, right? It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually talking with like a coworker at my job about Canelo, and I want to say he's a Canelo fanboy, but he was trying to make the argument to say Canelo can do good against pure boxers, and I asked him, "What fight did you see Canelo do good against a pure boxer?" And then he brought up what the Erislandy Lara fight, and I asked him, "Did did Lara ever get touched like that by Canelo?" And he straight up lied to me, saying like, "Oh, yeah, he did. You know, Canelo hit him a couple times, and he wobbled there several times in that fight." But then I was like, "No, dude, Lara was piecing him up with that jab, and Canelo got afraid every time he came in, and Lara was just absolutely just hard countering him with a mean uppercut or either a straight left jab, like he usually does, but the only thing that Lara just did wrong was that he just used a lot of unnecessary movement. He should have just, let his hands go a lot faster more. And, I'm pretty sure, that decision still would have been made for Lara if he hadn't got robbed.
I think Laura did the same mistake Sean Yugas did in the Sean Porter fight, which was doing too much of show blood blowing instead of throwing a lot more punches. I feel like Lara, he could have made Canelo look really, really bad if he was going there and piecing Canelo up, where it's like, oh my God. He's shooting them straight right hands and shit like that, popping them, backing off and shit. But what Plant has to do in this fight is pop him, get out the way, stick him again, back up, make it look bad, make it look like, oh my God, he's schooling this guy. Don't go in there and try to trade with him, because we all know Canelo has great upper body movements and good left hooks and uppercuts. So what he should do is, for the first like 5, 6, 7 rounds, jab him up, straight right hand him, get out the way, don't waste no energy. And then later in the rounds, kind of like when Ward fought Kovalev, where he'll fight him on the outside, and then later on in the fight, bring it to him in the inside. I think that's the game plan Plant has to do against Canelo. What do y'all think about that?
I agree.
Box him from the outside, later rounds, box him in the inside. Reserve your energy to around the later rounds.
I probably might.
But don't run around the ring. Don't run around the ring. Just box him and pivot.
True. But he should also use more body work too, because if you can hurt Canelo to the body late game, then only thing Plant needs to do is
going to be tested.
He said what?
Wait,
Plant's
what?
gonna be tested for sure.
So.
Yeah, because what fighter has gone to Canelo's body like that? What
Billy
fighter
Joe
has gone
Saunders.
to Canelo's body?
There's
you
a
don't
clip.
See many.
Let me show that clip.
They're afraid of getting countered. So, but I feel like Plant can get in and out on Canelo, and he's gonna make him miss. So, like I said before, Billy Joe Saunders had that success.
I said, man, look at this shit right here.
Ooh.
Left hook to the stomach, left hook up top. Wow, right there. Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine, and then he backed up and actually missed. Because you know the first thing instant Canelo has is to throw that fucking left hook. A right hand or a left hook.
Yeah, and he leaves his body wide open when he tries to throw
Wide open when he does
wide
that shit.
open. Yeah, so if I'm Plant, I'm just gonna hard counter to the body, so that way late game he can't even touch you. Like his arms are gonna be so tired to the point where he can't even, utilize his power because his body's already punished more.
Keep in mind, Canelo is going to be most likely he's going to be on that the Clean Beauty room because we all know it's no secret they raised the level for him. Do you
Yeah.
guys keep that in mind?
Yeah, I do. I always say that since they raised the levels, he's never gonna get caught on that shit again.
I,
So
I heard that Vada came out recently saying that Canelo was clean, but I'm not so sure if that was like a lie.
well, given that they raised the levels, then he's gonna be clean in that standard, you know?
Yeah, true.
So we'll see. But he was gassing. Him and Billy Joe was gassed in those later rounds of that fight.
Yeah.
So
I think Canelo's gonna be way more tired. He's gonna just give up when Plant just brings him to deep waters.
and people act like he can't do it. It's crazy to me, man. We're gonna see, but I truly believe Plant is gonna pull off the upset, you know.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see, man. It's gonna be a great fight, but it's not gonna be what people think. Canelo's not gonna get Plant out of there so easily, and he knows that. He knows what he's up against. The fans might say one thing, but these fighters know what they're up against.
I'm gonna knock him out in the 7th round. I'm like, all right, nigga.
Yeah, less than 8 rounds.
I'm going to get him out of there in 7 or 8.
I was born ready.
I was born ready until he met Floyd, until he met Laura, until he met Bum Buffkin. Shit.
He was
Let's
born to
keep
be a pussy.
let's keep it real.
He
Shit.
was born to lose.
They thought people thinking they're gonna be talking about Canelo's gonna be talking. Plant was gonna be talking about drugs and this and that, but he didn't have to, man. What's understood don't have to be said. He already said it in the last press conference. Now it's time to perform. Now it's time to shock the world.
Facts. Now it's time to do what you do, man. Do what you do best. Like I say, everything that's happened outside of the ring for Plant, his personal life, this shit that's happened inside of here don't compare to that shit, man. He's ready. He's mentally there. He won that IBF belt for his daughter. He had just buried his mom. So if he can win that for both his mom and his daughter, that's gonna be great, man. And that's why I'm rooting for him.
And win this shit for America? Man, I'm telling you, when Plant win, I swear I'm buying me one of those fucking American flag bandanas. And I got to do a live stream wearing that shit because, like, what the fuck, man? I'll be like, yo, because, this fight, it does make you feel a certain type of way. Because when I hear Canelo says, yeah, I'm going to do this for Mexico, I'm going to take the belt for Mexico and this and that, nothing against Mexicans, but I'm like, I kind of get a little offended because it's like, shit, I want my country to win. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So you can't get mad at me when I say, nah, I want America to win.
Hey, but I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, let's just say if Caleb Plant was black, do you think Canelo would have pushed him in that press conference and tried to fight him?
I don't think Canelo would have fought him, period, if he was.
Exactly.
I don't think he would have fought him, period.
Because I guarantee you he would not have kept that same energy with Charlo and Andrade if that was a press conference between them. So
Canelo tried to push this nigga Caleb Plant like Canelo was in the cartel or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he the boss. I get it. You the man in charge, but nigga, this ain't no Billy Joe Saunders, nigga. Get your ass smacked in this motherfucker.
Dude, Plant, we've been in them circles. Have y'all seen that video of Plant Marcus Brown, Michael Hunter, Earl Spence, and a whole bunch of other Olympic
Yep.
team members. He's been in that circle.
He's
Yeah,
been there for a while.
he's been training with those guys for like years.
Shit, I remember EJ put up a tweet like a few months ago, and he's like, "Damn, Caleb Plant got hands, so I think they sparred."
Yeah. I believe Tay Jones had said Caleb, he's been training with like top level fighters like
For a long time.
for a long time. Like it's not like, oh, he just did amateurs and just went straight into the pros. No, he was like training with some killers like EJ, Sean Porter, who Terrence Crawford, if you will. Like just basically straight up like monster competition. So Caleb Plant is definitely the goods.
Yep. Shit, he's been the goods.
Yeah, and it's not like he's like a like a great white hope fighter. He came from he came from the bottom and he
He
worked his way
came
up.
from Memphis, man. Like
Yeah.
motherfucking hustle and flow.
Came from Memphis.
Nah, real shit. Some country motherfuckers in Memphis, man. Dirt
Dude,
roads and shit.
Tennessee is like hillbillies.
Shit, Plant was poor. He's dirt poor.
Yeah, to be dirt poor, growing up in the hood, being the only white guy in the hood, it's kind of tough sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It really is, because you got to prove yourself. And even if you prove yourself, they really ain't going to fuck with you, regardless.
Yeah.
But they'll give him respect. And he's earned the respect of the American people, the black American people, and people get upset. Non-black people get upset because they're like, why do you guys respect this white guy like this? Why do you respect him? It's like, dude, you know what I'm saying? We just don't respect everybody. He earned his
Who the
stripes.
fuck is this clown?
Yeah.
The fucking clown.
He said, you can't compare the hood to Mexico. Yes, the fuck you can.
Yeah, you can.
Fuck. Your
Yes,
name
the
ain't even
fuck you
Armani.
can.
Your name ain't even Armani.
But no, but
Armani.
I was gonna say,
Your name is.
no,
Said Plant is a culture vulture. Hey, so be it.
he's not a culture vulture. What?
That's what I'm saying. They just gonna say anything, bro. So they say he's a culture vulture. Then they say
Dude,
he's a what you call again MAGA. He's MAGA Plant. Literally, dude. I've seen pictures of them putting like Plant's face on a picture of that boxer who had the "Make America Great" fucking shorts on.
oh yeah, that white guy that
Yeah,
got his ass knocked out in that top rank fight.
yeah, because that's the type of perspective that they want us to see. That's what they want us to believe. But
Yeah,
it's
they.
like, nah, we're not believing that. And they're like, dude, why are you guys rooting for a white guy to beat a Mexican? It's like, bro, regardless, this white guy's from America. We're all Americans, despite if we're black or white.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
but
remember, I thought you guys said it's not about race, it's a nationality.
no.
In the same breath, they'll be in somebody's inbox calling them a monkey and a nigger and all this other shit just
Yeah,
because
race
we
is
don't put Canelo as number one. Fuck y'all.
no, fuck them.
This is to those type of niggas, those type of people.
Yeah,
Fuck them. Y'all ain't with us. Y'all ain't with me. That's off that shit y'all be talking.
I like Caleb Plant simply for the fact that he cares about the justice of boxing.
What the
And
fuck does that have to do with boxing, dude? What does that have to do with boxing?
Hmm?
Take 20 niggas from Mexico, Memphis, put in Mexico. Nigga, that don't got shit to do with what's gonna happen on Saturday, man. Stop it.
You see, and that's what they want it to be about, but then tell us to say, stop talking about race.
yeah, fuck them, man. Pussies. I mean, most of them can't even fight, so fuck them.
Yeah. Fuck it, bro. You trying to talk boxing, niggas make it about race. Then I'm the racist one for defending myself, or I'm the racist one because I back my fighters. The fuck out of here. Canelo and all these other fighters can say Viva Mexico and all this, but shit, we can't even support our own. That shit don't make no sense to me.
Even
See,
if he's white, can't
see,
support him.
Like honestly, if boxing didn't have this racist, aspect behind it, I truly believe boxing would be like the best sport in the world if all the political racism was like gone.
I feel like it would be
Oh, one
better
hundred
if we
percent.
all had respect for one another. If we all respect that we had our own groups of interest.
Yeah, because it's like if you take a look at other sports like the NBA or the NFL, the reason why those sports are great is because the fans respect those, respectable teams, and people don't have like a racist aspect behind it.
Because the
They
team
just,
represents the state or the city.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Or it represents like the people's, likes and interests,
But
for like where
with
they come
boxing, it's
from.
different because they don't look as the fighter as just representing the city and the state. They look as the boxer representing the race and the country,
Yeah,
like some real life gladiator shit.
yeah. And they basically treat it like a war per se, where it's like you got this Mexican versus a black guy from, let's just say Africa.
America, they got to be from America.
Yeah, but they'll use that as political leverage to say, well, fuck that black guy, we want our guy to win, blah blah blah, and you black people are not that good, we Mexicans, we run boxing, blah blah blah. So it's pretty much like they have this like really like egotistical mindset to pretend that they've like achieved something in which they're not actively like a part of, because you're not fighting for those fighters, they're in the ring fighting for their life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're pussies, man. Fuck them.
Yeah, they took it hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Wilder lost, they said, "Oh my God, look at you, black people."
They still
The
do
Do they
that.
black
not?
I didn't see the dude do that this week.
There'll never be another black heavyweight champion from America ever again. I'm like, bro,
But
what
there's
the fuck?
but there's like but there's already another black heavyweight American champion that nobody doesn't talk about, and that person's name is Trevor Bryan from my area out of Albany, New York. Nobody's talking about him, but yet he beat Walder's former opponent, Bermain Stavern, for the vacant title. So what the fuck are these people talking about? There's already a black American heavyweight champion. Nobody's
Yeah.
talking about him.
And it's like this. And I'm like, bro, we got Jared Anderson. He was fighting on the undercard looking stellar. You
I kind
never
of feel
know.
like that. I felt like that Russian just basically came in to just lay down, honestly.
Just to get beat up.
Yeah, just to get beat the fuck up. Yeah, it
And
was.
don't get me wrong, you know, I respect, they support their own, and that's for them to be respected. I feel like we should do the same too. And there's nothing wrong with that, but then people make it seem like they can do it, but we can't do it. We can't support our own. It's a problem when we do it, but everybody else can do that shit. Get the fuck out of here. It don't make no sense to me, man.
Yep, it doesn't make any sense because they feel like when we support our people, it's kind of like bragging. Like, damn, you already know that you guys are already that good. Why do you have to brag about it? You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's a little insecurity, if you ask me.
Yeah, I agree.
100%.
But did you guys ever take a look at Trevor Bryan? Do you
I heard of him. I've never seen him.
Yeah, because I don't even know like where he lives out here, but I definitely like to meet him one day.
Yeah.
But I don't know if y'all heard
Our
about it.
city just lost the champion, man. Jamal James. What the fuck, bro?
Oh yeah. I'm very sorry.
Yeah, man. It was a tough
Yeah,
fight, man.
man.
That motherfucker, I swear he was fighting dirty as shit, but
He
it is
Yeah,
was.
what it
Boots
is,
He was
man.
fighting dirty as hell.
He was fighting dirty as fuck, but
Boots
but
is a
you
very
got I'm coming to the conclusion as a boxing fan that I understand, like, man, if you're boxing and somebody's fight dirty too. Because if the ref ain't gonna do shit, you gotta do something. Because this is your life. You gotta protect your life in there.
Yeah, definitely, man. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Of course. And shit. Put Butiev in there with Boots. See how he does.
Jaron Ennis
Yeah, put
said
him in
that
there
he
with
wants
Boots.
Boots. No, fucking Butiev's team said the other day that they're looking to just fight the winner of Ugas and Stanionis, and I'm like sitting here like, what makes you think that fight is going to happen next? Because in the meantime, you're going to have to fight somebody after Ugas is done with his fight. So I'm sure if anything, like I would really hope
Boots
that
should just be active as possible. Like, bro, I posted on Twitter. I said, bro, you should just fight in like the next 5 weeks, bro, because you
yeah,
took like 0.08 damage.
yeah, he didn't even take that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
The reason why I say that is because he did get hit with a right hand from Delorme. That was it.
yeah, it's not like that he's bruised up. He can just get back into the gym. If anything, I like to see him fight Butiev if that's a possible matchup, if the WBA can order it. But if not, I like to see him possibly face like a good veteran, maybe like Abel Ramos or Keith Thurman if he could get that fight.
They ain't gonna
Or
give him that damn Keith Thurman fight. Hell no. Fuck no.
Keith Thurman ain't gonna fight that
gonna
man.
be like, but no, like if you really think about it, like Keith Thurman needs Jaron Ennis at this point if he
Not
wants.
really. You know why?
In my
Because that's not
opinion,
no money right there. That's a
it'll
whole
be
lot of ass whooping and no money.
if
Yeah, that's true.
Thurman could win that, that'll be like Keith Thurman could win that. That'll be like, hey, I beat this up and coming prospect. I'm back in it. I'm back in it. You know, that's just my
true.
opinion.
Yeah.
That's what an old school fighter would think, but we in the new school.
Yeah, Keith Thurman ain't gonna fight him. He try to act like he don't even know who Boots is.
Did I ever tell y'all Connor Ben actually responded to like one of my comments that I wrote out to him on Instagram?
What'd you say?
No, what did he say?
I said basically like right here. Hold on, give me a second. Sorry. I'll actually just go to the photo. I said, I'm going to keep it 100. You need to fight Jaron Ennis, Virgil Ortiz, or Rashidi Ellis because that's the only way you're climbing to the top for division supremacy. Until then, you're not showing any kings while you're the most feared fighter to many. You need killers on your resume. And then he replied back to say, I got time. I'm not in no rush. And then I said, I respect that a lot. Keep grinding. I can't wait to see it. You're always eager for success. So I'm always behind that mindset.
That sound like, man, I ain't trying to get my ass kicked right now. Chill out, bro.
Yeah,
I'm just talking shit. Man, I like Conor Ben, but you're right, dude. Don't you feel like it's a little different when it comes to certain fighters? Because I like dudes like Boots, AB, Spence, Tank, when they're coming up in boxing, like these guys were fighting back to back, like whoever, former champions, world champions, whatever, jumping weight classes and shit. Nowadays, these dudes just be fighting everybody's leftovers. Like, we're tired of fucking hearing Adrian Granado's name, bro. He's been getting his ass kicked like how many times in a row?
like,
and then you end up having the toughest fight with him. The
Yep.
fuck? Like that shit looks bad.
Yeah.
If anything, that hurted his career.
Yeah. Shit, because I feel like everybody's trying to be like, oh, look what I did to this fighter that you took such amount of rounds to take out, or you went the decision with this fighter and look, I got him out in the first, and that's cool and all, but these fights they can be made in the future, but why not make them now? Like for instance, Devin Haney and Teofimo can be made now, you know, and we pay to see that, we support it, we do anything to get that fight because
Dude, did
we
you hear
love
what
the
Bob
sport.
Arum's doing? Bob
What is he
Arum's
doing?
trying to make Valdez Navarrete and Shakur Berchelt.
For what? Why?
To probably separate them to prevent the fight.
To prevent the
I know
fight.
that, but it's just like, come on, man. Like we want to see Valdez has been running since 126. And it makes sense for him to make that fight with
Because what's going to
Navarrete,
happen,
but
he's going to feed him to Navarrete. And Navarrete might pull an upset. And then next thing you know, they're going to be like, oh, Navarrete, he injured his elbow. He got a surgery.
So
Blah,
stupid.
blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, Shakur Stevenson can't make that fucking weight no more. Next thing you know, that nigga's at 140, 147.
yeah, but it's like,
It's
imagine that
politics,
though.
man.
You got beat by a 126 pounder, you know? You
The
got beat
more and
by
more I study this sport, the more I'm starting to see that the politics in this sport is crazy, man. And it be so blatant, but you just got to look at it. You got to be able to tell when the shit's happening.
Yeah.
Like, man, that's what makes me feel like, dude, I don't know with this plant. Look at those odds, man. Somebody can get real life rich off those odds fast.
Yep.
yeah. Didn't you
I
say
don't know, man.
700 will make you 23 grand?
Said what?
700 will make you 23 grand, right?
That's what I
Per
heard.
plant.
Yeah, my dude
Jeez.
locked it in.
That'll be a big come up.
That's a
That's
big
crazy.
thing.
That'll be a real big come up.
I can't wait for Porter and Crawford.
You betting on that fight?
I don't know. I kind of feel like I might lose money on that, even if I bet for either fighter. But shit, fuck it. Like I don't mind betting on Porter if he wins.
Think about that. If Porter wins, it'll be Spence versus Porter 2 or Ugas versus Porter 2. It's gonna be Spence versus Porter 2. Let's be real. You know?
Yeah, undisputed. Yep.
That'd be crazy, man.
I really hope that the WBA could just allow Spence and Ugas just to unify those.
Yeah, because it don't make no sense. Like that's a big money fight. People want to see that fight. Don't nobody care about Stady. Stady Young's can get his shot afterwards. You know,
Yeah.
he looked
Any
horrible
else
versus
just don't
Thomas
deserve none of
Delorme.
that shit.
Yeah. Plus, if you're the super champion, that status is only there for you only to unify belts. You know, it's not
Yeah,
there for you to fight mandatories.
that's what it was originally created for, and they're just bending that rule. It doesn't make any sense. Hopefully, they can fix that and get Ugas and EJ in the ring because that's the fight that everybody wants to see.
Hey, that the person that's putting that money down is right here. Checkmate Boxing. Man, up.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Come
No,
up,
right?
bro.
I said, dude, get rich, man. Drop the bag on the Art Man Apparel. But yeah, people
But
saying
even
Plant
if
looks
that
nervous. I don't see it.
shit, boxing is in the. There's some great fights coming up. I'll say that boxing. There's some great fights coming up. So you got Caleb Plant versus Canelo. You got Figueroa versus Cool Boy Steph. You got Benavidez versus Kyron Davis. Some
Oh,
good
that's
ass fights, man.
I can't wait. And then you got, crappy, Decafima Lopez and Cambosos.
Tiafimo versus Cambozos. And well, at least Haney versus Diaz is going to be a good fight, and I hope it
Yeah, that's
is.
gonna be in December. Oh yeah. And then
You got
Tank
Tank
next.
versus Isaac. Yeah, I feel like that'll be a good fight too, because Isaac Cruz is better than Rolly.
People's hating already, dude. I'm like, man, the picture I'm gonna paint for that Isaac Cruz versus Tank is gonna be crazy. I can't wait. People just be hating, dude. That's a better fight than a Rolly fight, if you ask me. Because to be honest, I thought Tank was just gonna go in there and kill Rolly.
Me
The
too.
fuck?
I thought he was gonna stop him.
Yeah. Now this guy, I think he's gonna stop him, but I think this guy's gonna have some resistance. I've seen some video of this guy training. He's looking like what they say, a pit bull. It's gonna be a war. Don't y'all like Mexican style? Y'all just be talking shit, bro. I swear. They just like who media says is the best. Oh, fight this guy, fight this guy. Yeah, man, I want to see this fucking fight right here. And you know what? I ain't gonna lie. I'm starting to hear a lot of brothers discredit Tank and the Mayweather team and say, "Oh, this is garbage. I'm not paying for this." But my thing is like, dude, this is a good fight. I ain't mad at it. Give me a stack undercard.
Yep.
Yeah, Tank. Well, because of course I want Tank to fight, Devin and Tio and Loma or whoever next.
They'll fuck around and put boots on the undercard.
Yeah.
Why y'all talking shit? And then all them niggas saying, "Oh, I don't want no pay for this shit. Next thing you know, they gonna be like, oh well, Boots fight who on the undercard? Oh shit. Yeah. Then what?
But them
Yeah,
dudes ain't been calling for Tank. Them dudes know Tank will beat them. They ain't been calling for Tank like that because they know what's up.
These dudes talking about, so why Tank ain't fighting Haney next? And when Haney about to fight fucking JoJo Diaz.
but it's like Devin Haney was interested in being that possible possible replacement, but it's just that Floyd Mayweather's blocking it. That's what a lot of people
My
don't
thing is,
know.
it's like this. My thing is like this. They're making smart moves for the kid. Of course, you want to see him in there with the best right now. That time has come. It's gonna come. But look at everybody's schedule.
Yeah, they're too busy. Yeah, I can see
And
that.
then everybody talking about a Regis Prograis. At what weight class? Isn't Tank fighting the dude, Isaac Crew, at 135, defending his belt at 135? You tell me
Yeah,
Prograis gonna fight him at 135?
hell no.
Yeah.
When he over here making documentaries out of my life of making 140. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? These niggas are killing themselves for this fucking weight. Did you see that shit
Regis should move up
on
already.
Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw that, but
Diary of my 140-pound life. The fuck?
dude, Regis Prograis needs to just move up to 147, man. Fuck, dude,
Yeah.
fuck 140.
Yeah, they got them. They got him in water. Fucking got him out of water, wrapping him in towels, wiping his head off with sweat. I'm like, bro, what is this? All this to make 140, nigga? You better. What is this, bro? You trying to kill yourself?
Dude, just move up to
Just move
147.
up.
Nah, I think it's mainly because like Regis don't want to get his ass whooped at 147.
Right, I'm looking like, bro, he out here looking skinny as hell. You can see Regis looking like a fucking zombie and shit, face skinny as shit in that
Yeah.
video.
Yeah, his cheeks was sunken in and everything, man. I saw that. That's crazy.
Bro, you
Just
can
move
see
up
his
already.
whole when you can see somebody's whole cheekbone and jawline like that. It's like, bro, maybe you're supposed to put on a little bit more weight than that.
Yeah. Plus, he looks way
Yeah.
better at 147, in my opinion.
Yeah, I want to see him at 147.
Like him and Josh Taylor in a rematch at 147. Oh, that would
You
be.
know what it is though? Because if he start talking at 147 they gonna be like, well, Boots available.
Whoop.
Yeah, when niggas start talking about Boots available, then it's like, oh, maybe I might just
He can
wait for Josh
take
Taylor.
he could take a Mikey Garcia fight, but I don't.
Nigga, that Mike Garcia's fight, dude, that shit been sailed.
Yeah. Mikey got washed by Sandor Martin, so
Yeah, so maybe he should just fight Sandor Martin.
Yeah, maybe, right?
Yeah, just stop him.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But they don't think like that. They be like, nah, I need $10 million right now, my next fight.
Dude, that doesn't make any sense.
And people want to talk about the old days. Well, the old days, the boxers were fighting everybody because everybody was broke, motherfucker. Niggas they wanted a fight because they had bills to pay.
Yeah.
These niggas be like, yeah, I got bills, but I'll be cool till I get Lammy one of them. Canelo fights. I'll be cool. Eddie just gave me a bag.
Yeah, and there's more opportunities economically to make more money outside of boxing. So like, you don't need to be boxing forever.
Somebody was like, oh, what's his name? Tevin Farmer's hurting. That's why he needs that Tank fight bad. I'm like, bro, looking at Tevin Farmer, this dude got real estate, all types of shit, bro. He not worried about. Come on, bro. That's just an extra bag.
Dude, I would love to talk to Tevin Farmer to ask him about that real estate. Dude, he's a smart guy.
But then they say, oh, yeah, these boxers. You know what I'm saying? I seen a quote from Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was like, well, back in my day, I was a killer. These guys are just businessmen. And I say, you see, that's why niggas was robbing your ass, and these niggas is rich. Danny Garcia buying all types of properties and shit. And he had half of the career you had.
Shit, take a look at what Tom Brady's doing. He got multiple investments outside of football because obviously the NFL could easily give him a job after, but
fuck that.
Shitload of athletes have plenty of money outside of their sport. It's not like you just have to focus on your sport, and then that's it.
Even like a job, like nigga, I have a normal job like everybody else, 9 to 5, but I have my own thing on the side. That's not primarily my focus. And that's the thing. These boxers got that shit to the maximum. Some of these dudes put their money in the best places, man. Some of them don't. Not all of them, but some of them do.
Yeah.
Like my brother Checkmate
Hey,
Boxing, he putting his money in the right places.
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. I believe in I believe in residual income. So I'm pretty comfortable right now. And that's why, again, that 700 is gonna make me that 23,000. Again, that's just enough. I mean, I've won I believe I won 11,000 off of Loma versus Tio. I won what else? I won I think 15,000 from AJ versus Andy Ruiz won. So I only bet when the odds are astronomical. When I get this feeling, I bet, and I'm pretty successful in it. So with this, I just look at basic. Okay, Canelo's a good boxer. I mean, he's a good fighter, no question, but he's not bigger than Plant. He's not faster than Plant. His attributes, his physical attributes, his length, his reach, his foot movement is not better than Plant. So all Plant got to do is box him around for 12 rounds. And the thing about it is, people automatically think Canelo, who's coming up from 154 a couple years ago, all of a sudden they think that he's going to.
You're breaking up.
Yeah.
Oh, he breaking up. I don't know. There's like some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you'll see him. You'll see him with the with the combinations, with the speed, with the elusiveness. You know what I mean? People say, "Oh, he tired down at the end of Istaki." Please, 90% of that fight was a wipeout. Okay, whatever the case may be, he dominated the power puncher. He dominated 168. Huh?
Brother Checkmate, don't you think about this? Canelo was tired against Triple G, and Triple G was only throwing the fucking jab in the right hand.
Canelo is known for gassing out. Canelo didn't start getting extra energy until he was introduced into the clenbuterol.
Yeah.
Right. Other than that, Canelo was known for tiring out, at the end of fights. So I'm thinking Plant is just the more naturally gifted athlete than Canelo. Canelo's really probably about 5'7.5", because he's about the same height as Mayweather. Mayweather may got him by a little smidget, And Plant is a real 6'1.5" guy, but again, his attributes. He's not a coward. Like you were saying earlier, this dude grew up in the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He grew up fighting all his life. This is nothing new. This is nothing new to him.
And they saying, "Oh, because he's from Mexico. Mexico, they got the cartel and all that." And yeah, we know that shit. But nigga, it go down here too.
Well, send them Mexicans to the hood. Send them to Bronx or Brooklyn. Send them to Baltimore.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
But they say
it's about what you do with your hands, and the Plant, to me, people don't just like for instance, it's like they're discounting him already. To me, just like they were discounting Leo Santa Cruz, and Leo Santa Cruz is an excellent fighter.
They're saying things like because Billy Joe Saunders didn't beat Canelo, Plant can't beat Canelo.
Billy Joe Saunders was winning at the time of the stoppage. I had Billy Joe Saunders up. He was throwing twice as many punches, and he was landing. Even if the punch stats wasn't counting them, I know what my eyes saw. And if you watched the Wilder Fury 3 fight, you saw phantom counts. I don't know if anybody else saw that. They were counting punches that weren't thrown for Fury, and they were counting punches that Wilder was landing on Fury for Fury. I'm talking about, you can see this clearly in the first couple rounds. Like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean?
Even the whole atmosphere, I was there. I seen that shit live, so I didn't really see
That's right.
I haven't
You
watched the
was
playback
there.
on that shit.
Yeah, watch the play. Just watch the first couple rounds playback, and you'll see punch. Matter of fact, I'll post a vid.
Because I'll probably get
I'll
pissed
post a
off
vid and
watching
show
that
you
damn
the
long
phantom numbers
count.
being counted when no punches were thrown.
Bro, that long ass count. Before we go into that long ass count, bro. You know how I know it's long? Because when Wilder knocked him down, I had enough time to dap somebody up and say what's up. Yell up like, yeah, nigga, we, you know what I'm saying, turn up, and turn around, and this nigga Fury is still fucking getting up.
Dude, I was in a movie theater. The movie theater was packed. We was all screaming like, "What the hell is this? What the hell is this?" Look, dude, and everybody noticed. Like, come on now, come on.
And they were here showing little mini documentaries about fucking long counts and shit. Like, this shit's acceptable, nigga. What the fuck? But it is what it is, man.
You know what they say?
Yeah.
Oh, it's up to the referee's discretion. No, it's not. It's supposed to be one. It's supposed to be 1, 2, 3, not, and then take 5 seconds, then go to 4.
And some people don't even deny it. They just say, well, it's Wilder's fault because Wilder didn't go to his corner.
No.
Well, watch 9 out of 10 fights. What happened was Wilder went to a corner, but when the referee pointed, Wilder was looking the other way. His back was turned. So when they said that
you just
not
stop
following
counting because
instructions,
Wilder ain't turn around.
Right. So exactly. So when they say the person is not in following instruction, that means when the ref tell you to go and you see it and you don't follow. Soon as the ref pointed Wilder went, there's no reason you're going to stop a knockout because that person is happening to move. Once you give him instructions, he go. Again, to me, I felt like that was a knockout because you've seen fighters who get up extra fast, and what happened? They get woozy and fall back down. Look at Zab Judah. When people jump up with Kasazu, you know what I mean? When Zab try to get up right away. You can't do that. That blood rushes to your head. So those extra seconds help Fury, regardless of people want to say it or not.
Yeah.
But with Plant, I'm firm. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. When I win, I'm going to get a commemorative hoodie from Art Man.
Man, don't just buy one for yourself. Buy one for the fam, the kids, the dog, the cat, all that.
But yeah, I see what I saw when I told everybody that T.O. was going to beat Loma. No, it'll never happen. Loma is better than Roy Jones. Loma is this, Loma is that. It's okay. I couldn't get my
$300 off of that fight, but to hear you made that much off of it, I'm like, man, maybe I need to start betting with my dude Checkmate. Tell me where I should put my money in, because I like your resume.
This is the thing. I never bet emotional bets. Yeah. If I'm deep involved, okay, I bet I bet the Wilder fight with Ivan on Twitter. So it was $100. But other than that, when I bet, I don't, I bet with the casinos or online. You know what I'm saying? So when I make my bet, it's strategic. And if I'm feeling emotional about something, I don't bet because I could be swayed. I've never bet on the Tank fight. And that's my favorite fight. I never bet on him. I can't win no money.
Yeah.
So this one, if you bet $100 to win $3,000 or $3,300, come on, brother. It's just, I don't know, it's a no-brainer. You take the risk. Are you going to go with the boxer that's slicker, that's faster, that's bigger? You know what I mean? No one knows how all of a sudden Canelo get this stronger. Canelo couldn't hurt Floyd. Canelo couldn't hurt Jacobs. You know what I mean? Canelo, you know what I mean? Again, with Billy Joe Saunders never went down. So you guys automatically think Plant is some weak and Canelo is some super strong. I think he's juicing. The reason why the fight didn't go down in September is because he was cycling off. That's the reason why that fight never happened in September. He had to cycle. Yeah. And he would have started the Vita test. They'd have caught a smidget. He was like, oh, he didn't want that. So, okay, let's leave Mexican Independence Day and let's shoot for November. I should be clean by then. Even though his body is still reaping the benefits of that, but he's juiced. Look at him. But anyway, I'm excited. I'm getting everybody on Twitter mad. I love it.
Same here, dude. They pissed off at me right now. They call me all types of haters.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Listen. You know me. I love it. Come on, haters. The more haters come. You know, and people wonder, oh, you think this, and they're laughing. Okay, you laugh. I see something you don't see.
Cause I'm saying, what if Plant go in there and make Canelo look like Manny Pacquiao, the way you just did him?
Mm-hmm.
That is a possibility, but they like, nah, because Canelo, he
Absolutely.
got power. He been knocking out Rocky's Fielding and all these motherfuckers. So yeah, Caleb Plant ain't
Oh,
nothing.
the Euro bums.
They just see another white man. That's what they see, bro. Another Euro bum. That's what they see.
Yeah.
I like to call them these Phoenix, Arizona Canelo fans. You know what I'm saying? Got the Mexican flag in their bio, but don't speak a lick of Spanish.
No.
Yeah, and I live in Arizona too, so you know I'm in Little Mexico.
Exactly, you know.
I love it here though, man. It's just no problem for me. But and you know, it's so funny they're calling me racist because I'm going for Plant. I don't get that. So
Man,
I'm choosing the white American guy,
120.
but I'm racist.
They called the champion, motherfucking Stephen Fulton, a monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Called him a monkey.
Yeah.
He's a champion, bro. This what type of respect champions get.
Terrible.
MAGA art, right? Yeah. So again, these people are really emotional about their picks. For me, I don't care. You could be my best friend, you could be my girl, you can be whoever. If you choose another person, okay, fine. We just have a difference of opinions. No need to get vile with it. But when they get vile, you know me, I know how to snap back. So it's not a problem with me. I invite it. Bring it.
Mm-hmm.
I like to go in the gutter.
You and Max still beefing?
No, Max blocked me. Max been blocked. Max off. He blocked me. He can't take the joke.
Hey, Art Man.
What's up?
I actually gotta get going, but I appreciate you for bringing me onto your show.
Yeah, man, no problem. We just see her cooking up, man.
All right.
Like button, let everybody know, share this motherfucker that we just see her cooking, man. Because when Caleb Plant win, this is gonna be the hub to go to.
Can't wait. See you November 6th. Undisputed,
right,
motherfuckers. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Thank you very much. Peace out, guys.
Yep.
Right.
I'm being this motherfucker turned up, man.
But all right, man, you cannot go wrong if you bet $100, brother.
I know. I am, dude.
It's illogical not to make that. It's illogical. Because
Dude.
that when I bet, it was like, I think it was 10,000 to 1. When I bet for Andy Ruiz. No, it was 10,001 to, it was either Andy Ruiz. Anyway, it was some ash. I couldn't resist. So again, this is a no-brainer, brother. I don't see, because Canelo is thinking about being that prodding brawler. All of a sudden, he's He-Man. He wasn't He-Man against GGG. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
all
what
of a
I'm
sudden,
saying.
he think he's the biggest and the baddest.
I told people, I said, y'all understand, this can be a perfect alibi for Canelo if he lose. He can just say I wasn't focused. I was at the highest of high, and I got too comfortable. Now I got to go back to Guadalajara and train.
This is the curse of Matchroom. This is the curse of the zone. You see what happened to AJ a couple months ago. This is about to happen. Same way. He's going to get outboxed. Everybody's going to be shocked, because the only way I feel like he loses is when it's cheating judges and cheating refs. But I'm willing to place my bet that he's going to have such a clear and concise victory that they're not going to be able to cheat him.
They're not going to be able to do that. You're going to
Right.
Man, we done already seen how they didn't try to drop the ball on the fucking WBA because of that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, again, we're going to see that. We're going to see some cheating by the refs. We're going to see some crazy cards. But like I say, even with the AJ versus Usyk cards, like, what could they do? You had one judge actually had it like the one judge was giving rounds to AJ that didn't earn. Like, it was like, where the hell you could see that score from? You know what I mean? But it was nothing they could do. You know what I mean? It was like they wanted to cheat for him, but they
But it was
couldn't.
like, bro, it's like too bad. Like, and then you almost got stopped at the end. Oh shit,
Absolutely.
that's the last thing niggas
Absolutely.
gonna remember.
Listen, don't be surprised if Canelo get dropped. I'm just saying. Think about this. Plant fights off the back foot most of the time, right? That's his style. Just like when Fury was fighting off the back foot, he didn't, supplant a lot of power. When he changes to a mauling brawling, he's using 270 pounds. You know what I mean? It's more force behind it. So Plant, you know what I mean? And of course, look what he did to Ustaki. Ustaki, however you pronounce his name.
I just say Jose.
Jose, yeah. I'll just say the Usman. But the thing about it is he put him down twice. Nobody expected that. Why? Because Plant is the boxer, Usman is the puncher. Right. So, and he's bigger than Canelo. I don't get all of a sudden Canelo turned into this Superman. It just doesn't make any sense.
Because they seen him beat up on beat up on motherfucking Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, and they think, oh, this is just another white man.
Yeah. Well, they can enjoy that all they want. All I know is I'm looking at the attributes. I'm looking at what they bring to the table. Canelo got a granite chin. Plant has never been down. Canelo has been rocked in some fights. And if Plant hit Canelo with the shots that Floyd hit him with, he might go down. Floyd was catching him with some crisp, clean. Even Billy Joe Saunders caught him with some clean shots.
And I know. I just played Floyd the clip.
He hit him to the body and hit up top.
They said Floyd didn't have no power, but Floyd was walking Canelo down that whole fight.
If he had no power, why Canelo didn't just say, fuck it, I'm going to just eat his punches, just punch it, knock his ass out.
Yeah, just knock this dude out. And the thing is, like, Caleb might have more power than people think, because I keep saying this, he's a natural 168-pound fighter. If you look at Callum Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, they're fighting. They weren't throwing. Callum Smith was throwing pity-pat punches. Like I always say, he has the highest percentage of jabs in the super middleweight division, and he didn't throw near that amount. So it's gonna be something different. Like I say, oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's gonna be something different, because, like they said, those styles are different. Plant versus Billy Joe Saunders. Plant is a better boxer. He's an all-around better pure boxer, and I keep saying that.
You
and
see
people
my
try
dude,
to act like he's not.
Dude on here, Ari, yesterday said Canelo's a complete boxer.
No,
and I was
he's
like,
not.
bro, I just
fighter.
have to wholeheartedly disagree with that, man.
Canelo doesn't have the footwork to be. Canelo can be elusive against average or slow fighters when he's in a corner, when whatever, he can be elusive. He's not going to be that. With Plant is going to get him at angles. Plant is going to get him in so many different ways that he hasn't debated. Think about it, because everybody, and you know what they say, oh, don't bring up Floyd. But then they like to always bring up Floyd. They'll bring up, oh, he learned a lot from the Floyd. No, like you said, the guy who just said, like you said, Floyd walked him down. Floyd didn't run. Floyd went into that fight weighing 149 pounds. Canelo weighed 165 pounds in that ring. You understand? So the smaller man was standing there, and he beat him with elusiveness, agility, reflexes, and counters. You know what I mean? And that's the way you got to beat him. So Canelo is going to get popped. We haven't really seen anybody go off with combos like Plant is going to give him.
Yeah, Caleb Plant has the hand speed and the foot speed to get away from shots. If Billy Joe Saunders can make you miss, then what do you think Caleb Plant is going to do? And Billy Joe Saunders was getting some good shots in, and
these Canelo fans in this resume talk gonna be the fucking end of these dudes, man. Because they just think that bro, they literally telling me because Canelo beat Billy Joe Saunders, that means he's beating Plant. That shit's wild to me, because I'm like, bro, do you fans even watch this sport? Do y'all even understand? Bro, these are not the same people.
They're not.
I don't think they really watched that Billy Joe Saunders fight. I saw some slick boxing. I thought Billy Joe ran out of energy, but I saw some slick boxing that was giving Canelo problems. In the Jacobs fight, Jacob didn't do anything. You know, Ari and I, you and I, Ari, talked about this the other day. Jacobs didn't do anything the first 7 rounds for whatever reason. Didn't let his hands go. Every time he let his hand go, he won those the 8th through the 12th. He run those back rounds. Every firefight, every time him and Canelo got into a firefight in those last 4 rounds, he won. He won those rounds. So he showed that he could, if he would have been that aggressive in the first half of the fight, he would have won. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
we see Canelo get outboxed. He's not the perfect. I think he's a good fighter. He's not the best 168. He was never the best 160 because he only fought 2 fighters, and then he, ducked out of that division. You know what I mean? He's the best at 154 because he lost to Floyd. He lost to Lara. Lara got cheated, and even with the Trout fight, I thought it could have been a draw at worst. You know what I mean? As far as for Trout, you know what I mean? I think they were swayed by that knockdown, and they probably, we got to give it to him now. But Canelo's going to get touched, and my bank account is going to flourish.
I'm looking forward to your purchase, my brother. Most definitely. I know you're gonna be in there for the Canelo, the aftermath painting too as well, because that's just gonna be amazing, man. Dude, the first super middleweight champion, and he's American.
History.
And Canelo
Plan is about to make history.
Man, they trying to make history, but my thing is, I feel like the powers that be is trying to create Canelo to become the greatest Mexican boxer ever by giving him that title as the first ever undisputed Mexican.
That's why Plant can't slack off. Plant cannot slack off. He gotta just punch it. He can't take no rounds off because the judges look at that. You know what I mean? And they'll be swinging rounds that he looked like he off. If Plant felt like he taking some rounds off, the best thing he can do is do what the guy against Charlo
Montiel.
No, not Montiel, the other
Castano.
Castaño. What he did was Charlo was winning 90% of the fight. Castaño won it at the end of the rounds when Charlo was clammed up on the ropes. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
but he got him on the ropes though.
Yeah, like I said, Charlo could have pushed him. He could have held him. He could have did something. He didn't do. My thing is, I think he was partying too much. I think it was a big stage. The press, they never had that type of, he was about to make history.
He was thinking about Wilder fans.
Huh?
He was thinking about Wilder fans.
Well, and then his brother got in trouble. You know what I mean? The night before. You know what I mean? It was so much going on. I think the pressure. When you looked at him, he was not aggressive. He just wasn't Charlo. Even though he still gave a gallant effort because he didn't lose the fight. You know what I mean? It was a draw, but he wasn't Charlo. That was a representative. That wasn't the real guy. So when it comes to Plant, as long as we can get the real Plant, I have zero doubts he's going to win.
The Plant that's going to be styling and profiling on him.
That's right. Looking like the look and move. You know what I mean? When Canelo missed, because Canelo be making some slow wide shots. Billy Joe was making him look foolish at times. Man, I can't.
What Oscar De La Hoya say? He said with that video, Canelo training some kid. Oscar De La Hoya was like, "You learning from this guy? He's fucking flat-footed, man. And he throws hooks like this." I was like, I said, Oscar De La Hoya was in his feelings, but he was spitting facts. He was like, "Yeah, this nigga's flat-footed. And he throws his hooks so wide."
He throws wide hooks because he's trying to get all his power in it. He's trying to get all that clenbuterol power in there. And so he's going to be winding up. And when he wind up, Plant is going to catch him. I'm telling y'all, this is how it was going to go. Canelo telegraphs his punches. The reason why most people were in the ring with them, they're intimidated. They're in awe of the moment. So they just let him get him on the boat. Plant is a different story. I'm sure he's watched Mayweather. I'm sure he watched Lara. I'm sure he watched Billy Joel to an extent, all the people who was able to have success. And he said this. But the thing about it is when Canelo wind up for his big shots to the body, guess what? Canelo going to throw that hook to the body. You go to the opposite side to the head. You know what I mean? It's an instant counter.
Somebody said you should be on Canelo's. You should be on Canelo's right side.
Instant counter. I'm telling you, he's gonna be snapping Canelo head back so much it's not gonna be funny. I've seen enough of Plant, especially these last couple weeks. I've seen enough of his fights to say this guy is slick. He's talented. He's quick. You know what I mean? Most people have
this mentality that he's fragile.
Yeah, well, wait till them combinations come. Canelo probably throw 3 combinations the entire fight. Canelo will be doing 1-2s, hooks, hooks and uppercuts. You know what I mean? He'll do this hook combination and uppercut combination. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, Plant is going to be backing Canelo down in stage, and people going to be like, oh, what the hell's going on? But I'm ready for it.
What Kovalev manager said? She said, I seen the Canelo fans when they got real quiet when Floyd fought him. She said they were proudful people until the 6th round. Then it was silence.
But even Kovalev was winning that fight. Kovalev was jabbing him to death. He couldn't even get inside. Kovalev was winning that fight until he got caught. That's it. It's part of the fight. But Kovalev said, I knew I was going to lose that fight. I only took the fight for the money. I took the fight off of 5 weeks notice, and my body wasn't recovered. And I understood. You know what I mean? So Kovalev said, I knew I wasn't going to win. I took this fight for the money. And then Kovalev never threw any punches with authority. Never did he look like he tried to knock Canelo out. But he was jabbing him to death.
Except Callum Smith, he didn't throw anything. He wasn't throwing anything.
That shit was bad, bro. Like, and we all knew it because it's like, bro, Callum Smith, you didn't do shit, bro. You didn't do nothing at all.
As big as he is, Callum Smith was big for no reason. Just a big tree stump, a lump. It was embarrassing. The UK should have been embarrassed.
They were embarrassed. And that's why everybody came out and said, Canelo, you're on pads. You're on pads. Pads. That's when he was coming out upset saying that shit. I remember that shit.
Yeah, it was he didn't put up a fight. Like, how are you gonna be that big and not try to maul the guy? You're gonna stand there in the high guard and he's purposely targeting your arms. And listen, that was the funny thing, real quick. I was saying when Wilder was fighting Fury, I'm thinking, wow, hit his elbows, punch his elbows, punch his shoulders, hit him on the funny bone, do something to take him out of his rhythm, punch his chest. Don't keep trying to go for the knockout, but just make contact. And so and when I was looking at Callum wasn't even trying to make contact. Why? Because the moment he was captured in the moment, and he had that anxiety, and it was like stage fright. You could see it.
Yeah.
So if Canelo can't land a liver shot or a clean left hook, he basically loses. Even on Triple G, those hooks were useless.
Man, Canelo hit Triple G with all he had, and Triple G just kept coming like a robot, like the guy who fought Charlo, like Daimio, what is his name?
Montiel.
Montiel just came like a robot. Charlo threw the most punches he ever threw in his career, landed the most he ever threw in his career, and people say he was exposed. I'm like, how?
Hey, somebody said I was crazy, but I said, man, dude, you think Canelo could stop Montiel?
Not if that guy showed up. Look, Charlo broke his hand.
He wasn't targeting the body enough, though. That's the thing.
And Montiel was targeting the body. Montiel dropped low on Charlo, hit that nigga with a clean body shot. He been there, took my breath away. I was like, whoa, shit.
Yeah, he caught him with some shots. He got lazy. He got tired. He exerted himself because it was like a robot. The guy would not stop. He took so many punches. It's funny how the guy on the receiving end he's the hero because he got his butt whooped and he survived. I do not get this mentality.
And I said, dude, do y'all not understand? Charlo threw 1,000 punches. What? And they talking about so he couldn't stop him. I said, imagine Charlo landing 1,000 punches on Canelo. These are two different people. Man, they say nah.
Montiel's bigger too. He's not a small guy. He's a bigger guy.
Exactly.
And Charles talking about, I think they might even have a rematch because he want to prove to people. And I believe he can get him out there, you know what I mean, fighting the right fight. Because he took so many clean punches. I was like, this guy is, what is he? I was like, they need to test this guy in the middle of the round.
He's hurt. He was hurting him too. It's just that he didn't target the
Oh,
body.
he almost went out a couple of times. He was very wobbly.
Yeah, he was
You know
drunk
what I mean?
on the fucking ropes. But then
he
he'll come
kept
back and
coming.
drop low, hit Charlo with a body shot. And Charlo
He
be like,
kept coming.
fucking back up. Clearly looked like he got hurt. He felt it.
He just kept. I don't know if y'all ever seen Get Well Smart. It was this robot called Jaime, and Jaime, no matter what, it'd be days, and Jaime's walking the same pace, still coming, still chasing him, and that was what Montiel was doing. But you know what? That's not Canelo. Canelo's not Montiel. Canelo's going to take some punishment. And you know what? I think he should target them herpes lips. Canelo got the herpes, and I'm sure his lips are painful right now. And if I was Plant, I would target them lips.
He said the niggas got the herpes lips right now.
He do. And the funny thing is, I don't know, he always gets them. The dude, come on. He ain't gonna tell nobody. He's not gonna come out with it, but you can clearly see. I don't know anybody who got herpes, not knowingly, but if I seen images of them online and stuff like that, that's what that looked like.
Because they say I think I read something where they said it comes about when you're nervous.
Well, you gotta have it in order for it to come about. I've never had a cold sore in my life.
It comes out when you're nervous. But who knows, man? They're gonna say, "Oh, you Negroes are just pushing it." Now you're pushing to talk about Canelo's herpes. I meant his cold sores.
No, because it's not just the first time. If you look at Canelo, it seems like he's always getting these sores. And you know what? One reporter asked him about, the injury on his lip, and I think it was during the first press conference, and he ignored it. He never even answered it when they asked him about his lip. Because they asked him after Plant smacked him, they asked him, you know what I mean? Canelo ignored it.
Oh, he did.
Now, if they want to talk about Spencer's nipples, then we can talk about Canelo's lip.
The herpes, no, just call it what it is. He got simplex. He got the herpes simplex.
I'd be like, damn, nigga, put some chapstick on that shit.
Yeah. It looked disgusting. I know Plant gonna target that lip. He's gonna be bleeding. But man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I hope this is a great pay-per-view. I hope it does over 1 million. They're gonna say, "Oh, Canelo's the king." Huh?
So I hope it's no cheating shit.
No cheating? I think of course it's gonna be some cheating. The referee's gonna cheat. The judges' scorecard is gonna be wrong. But only the Plant just got to make it decisive. Remember, they scored the draw for Floyd Mayweather, and Floyd won like 99% of the
round, every second of the fight.
And they scored a draw. It was CJ Ross, and she got suspended.
She a cold piece.
Canelo got beat pillar to post. He didn't win shit, and Canelo got a draw on that shit. So.
Look, and if you listen to the audio,
everything that you need to know.
Canelo's coach, he was like, "No, that ain't a draw." When they announced it, if you watch it back when they did the 24/7 the post, and he was like, in the ring when they announced, he's like, "No, that's not a draw. That wasn't a draw." So they not like, "No, he didn't."
The fuck, bitch, you about to do us dirty out here? Because if we rob this nigga, boy,
I'm just hoping they have the commissioners out there. I'm hoping, somebody, people were there ready to document this situation. You know what I mean? Because of the opportunity to rob.
Yeah, and it's just so sad that why is it a common theme that everybody just so comfortable with knowing that Canelo can rob you? The referee's the same referee from the Wilder Fury fight.
And you know what, Arman?
What's up?
Think about this. So he had CJ Ross was suspended for Mayweather, and Adelaide Bird was suspended for GGG1. Canelo has had 2 fights where judges were suspended because they were on the take. You know, GGG whipped Canelo's ass the first fight, and it wasn't even, to me. It was like, come on now. But
it was a close, fun fight, but Triple G was clearly up 2 or 3 rounds.
Well, yeah, Canelo had a couple of early rounds and he had a couple of late rounds, but the whole middle range, that was all GGG. You know what I mean? Canelo was looking, you know, he was looking frustrated. He was looking a little scared. He was looking
and
shook.
Then the punch, even when he threw that punch and Triple G ate it, even around that time, the commentators was like, ooh, like, damn, fuck.
Canelo's like, I threw the money shot. That
was the money, like,
knocked out a horse.
Like, bro, that's all your power right there. You let him, he walked right towards you, and you literally off your back foot you was flat-footed when you threw it. You threw it, bro, you got the whole base of everything. Energy flowing, all that. Threw the punch, connected, it turned his head, but it didn't even stop him, didn't even buzz him, didn't even move him. Nigga, after that shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I did somebody like that and they looked at me afterwards, I'd be like, yo, I'm gonna get on my bike. I'm gonna get on my bike ASAP.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even think about knocking him out for the rest of the fight. I'll just think about just jabbing him and just getting out the fucking way.
GGG was a robot. He took everything Canelo had and kept coming.
What Abel Sanchez say? He said Canelo came to that fight as a Mexican, but he tried to leave the fight as a black man. I said, wow. These niggas is wild. They cutthroat with their fucking rhetoric, but hey.
Because GGG chased him and Canelo was on the back for the entire fight. Now, the second fight was closer. I still had GGG winning, even though Canelo was the aggressor. Just because
people were like, okay, now that's the draw.
I still, because I'm counting punches. I'm looking at I'm counting punches. GGG was just, his punch output was there. Canelo was the aggressor, the clear aggressor. But GGG was throwing and landing. That's what it is. So the thing about it is, GGG is not Plant. Plant just going to slip punches, and you know what I mean? And he's not going to, he's got the foot movement. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, this is going to be amazing work.
They said, what fight did you really have, Canelo, like, that prepared you to fight Plant? And he was like, I fought everybody. Nigga, nobody. The fight that you had to prepare you for this, you lost.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And Laura had that type of fight since.
Yeah. And what Plant says, he said Canelo had problem with this guy, but I'm bigger than those guys. I'm taller, I'm stronger, I'm faster, I hit harder. You know what I mean? And he's telling the truth. So Canelo has not been prepared. You can't call beating Callum Smith, who stood there like a punch dummy, and say, oh, Canelo's prepared. Canelo has not had a high level opponent since he's been on the zone, and that's been since 2018. If you want to say Jacobs, but
Jacobs looked like he came there to lay down.
He came there to take it. Remember, the zone promised him that money. He got that $14 million, and then he had the other guarantees. You know what I'm saying?
Guaranteed fights.
Absolutely. So I believe Jacob. I don't know. To me, it looked like he threw that. I ain't
gonna put the jacket on him. Let's just say it's fitted.
Tailored, right?
We got the measurements out.
Well, if you look at the first 7 rounds compared to 8 through 12, it was a completely different fight. It's the same like with Loma and Teo. It was a completely different fight. The back half of the fight. Once Loma started fighting, he outlanded. You know what I mean? Once Jacob started fighting back, he outboxed and outlanded Canelo. I advise people to watch that Jacobs Canelo fight within the next few days, and you'll see.
I should go do that in the next few minutes.
Yeah.
That's some real shit. So I thought Triple G lost that second one. Ella got beat up. Said the 4 main sanctioning bodies have just agreed to unify for the good of the sport. Man, I don't know about that. These niggas
agreed to unify for the good of the sport. What does that mean?
Right.
What are they unifying? Because they apparently don't want Charlo to unify. You know what I mean? That's disgusting for boxing to not get that immediate rematch. That is disgusting. Oh, he got a mandatory. Well, nigga, that mandatory can wait. We got undisputed. It does never happen before.
They just wake up in the morning. Let's think of another way to fucking screw out boxing fans and say we care about the sport.
WBC and WBA are destroying boxing. You know who's quiet? The IBF. I don't ever hear complaints about them. Remember, they stripped Canelo because he refused to fight Shevchenko.
They said, we didn't give a fuck who you are. We stripping you, nigga.
I love that. They stood up to him, right? They gave Canelo 3 extensions to do the purse bid. And Canelo never did the purse bid after the 3 extensions. That they came up but listen, I believe Canelo act like he was mad. No, they purposely wanted to get stripped because they did not want to fight Shevchenko. If you saw Shevchenko beat up GGG, then you know why he wanted no parts of Shevchenko. Shevchenko is a true brawler. Now, I want to see him and Canelo fight so bad. I need that Shevchenko-Canelo fight. I need to see that. I need that.
Digga, that shit would have been an all-out fucking war.
And that's the whole thing. Canelo punch output is not like that. He doesn't have the stamina.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, Canelo don't even throw a lot of punches, bro. Like my dude D-Hive said, if he throws that fucking, if he don't land that liver shot, that left hook, she might as well kiss that fight over with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But shit, I gotta wrap up the show. We've been cooking all night,
right, brother.
Shout out to everybody who tuned in. Checkmate, man. Like I said, I'm looking forward to your purchase, man, because it's gonna be a very great time on Boxing Twitter, man.
Brother,
man,
I'm going to get blocked by so many people. I'm going to get blocked because I'm going to antagonize. I'm telling you. I'm going to show my bet slips. I'm going to show the cash. I'm going to withdraw some cash. I always have cash. I always got a few thousand in the house, whatever. Always. But about it is I'm going to show that bet slip. And I'm going to antagonize so many people. The Canelo era is coming to an end.
Shit.
Well, guys, man, they're gonna love this play back.
I'm ready for it.
See you guys in the AM tomorrow. We're gonna do this shit again.
All right,
brother.
peace.
Bet.